Hello there, everybody, and welcome to a new episode of the TypeScript Tea Time. I'm your host, Mirko, and hope you have a beautiful day and you have a cup of tea or another hot beverage with you. Beautiful. So, today we're going to do some more live coding, and in particular, we're going to work on our Final Fantasy style Twitch battles, which you can control from Twitch chat. But we have two special things today. On the one hand, so up here, we broke the exclamation mark fire command, which should now show some flames down here, but they don't. So that's one thing that we want to fix. And other than that, I'm going to finally release to production our little app that we've developed. So which you can find there, and you can pre-register, and in fact you can download it as soon as we click the button. And in fact I want to do that just now, because 18 o'clock is, I think, a fairly okay-ish time to publish something to production. And all that I actually need to do is click this rollout button down here. Oh my god, yes. I mean, we did the same pretty much for the beta release already, and for me personally, the beta release was the bigger deal. But now it's finally production time. So what does this app do, maybe, first of all? So first of all, welcome to everybody, and let me just do a small audio check. Yeah, everything's fine, perfect. Always do that audio check. I learned that the hard way. If you cannot hear yourself, it can be very hard, and all of a sudden you notice that you've streamed for 30 minutes but without any voice, which is of course bad. So thank you for joining me. Say hello in the chat if you're there. I would very much like to hear what you're working on. One thing that I'm working on for some time now is this little app. The You Are Awesome app, a community-driven motivational quotes app. Basically, you have the, probably conventional motivational quotes from, I don't know, quotes from Kennedy, from Einstein, from Gandhi, and so on. But they always feel a bit distant, right? So what our app does different is that these messages, for example here, you look beautiful today, is sent from Jesse from Canada. Or making mistakes is a part of life, learning from them is the start of awesomeness. Isn't that nice? Sent from Matthias from Germany. So you get one message per day. In this case, you are amazing, from Peter from England. And this one message gets sent to everybody, in fact, for one specific day. So depending on it of course takes into account time zones, but other than that, if you look on the specific day, you get the same message, whoever is looking at it. And in particular, your message might actually be shown to all our users. Drinking that tea is important, yes, if you wonder about that. Because you can contribute your own messages just from within the app. Very, very simply, you insert your message, you insert your nickname, in this case the nickname is Nick, and the country. You can also just make up stuff in here if you care about it, and make it funny. We have one one of my favorite is Davy Jones from Atlantis sending us, "You are awesome, want to join my crew?" One of my favorite messages. So opening the app every day is a bit annoying. So what we do instead is you get the one message. I mean, you can of course open the app, but typically you just enable push notifications, which are enabled by default, and then you receive the message once per day at a time where you like to. You can of course disable that behavior if you're not a fan of push notifications, but that's up to you. Other than that, it has a dark mode, and it's available in 3 different languages. The messages The messages itself, because they come from the community, currently they will just be in English. Can make it slightly larger. So this "you are amazing" is "you are amazing" even in German or in Japanese. So we have these three languages, but everything else inside of the app is then in your favorite language, whichever you prefer. And yeah, so we think about pushing that also as time goes by and the user base starts to solidify and we have some more data to decide which languages make sense. We consider making these kind of country specific, so every country gets different messages in a sense, or let's say every language, as long as it's manageable, of course. Anything else about that one? I think that's about it. Yeah, community-driven motivational quotes. Take a look. The link is in the chat. You're very much invited. I will now, because you are here with me the moment an app gets pushed into production on Google Play Store. So currently we can of course see it here, and in fact it's here as well. Although of course if I'm in phone mode, you don't see the install button. But together let us click a button. Ignore the warning. That's about debug code inside of the app, kind of basically like TypeScript mappings to a JavaScript file. Because we use a slightly different setup, we actually have this, but Google doesn't notice. So make that button large. Let's make this button large, and then we click it. Come on, make it large. Why you not make large? Okay, thank you. So, to the music of Undertale, which I'm currently listening to, which is, by the way, just an amazing soundtrack, we will roll out to production. 3, 2, fire! We should have prepared the fire command first, because what we could have done is now actually show fire, but we can also just spam some stars here with me. If you write !stars in the chat, you get all these nice little stars. Isn't that beautiful? Because we are stars tonight. We deployed to production. Isn't that great? You and me together. So this will take a moment for excuse me, for Google to actually review. But then, because it's already public, I don't think there is too much to do except let's see. You should be available in 120 countries, my friend. Please note rollout. View the track. All of these. Active. Yes, add them. I was absolutely sure those countries had been activated before, but for whatever reason they've become unavailable again. Are we? Wait, we're live. Are we? No, changes in review. Full out rollout started. Yes! I think it did the thing. It did the thing. Let me just click this button and see. I think it did the thing. No, it's still in review. Never mind. Never mind. It's still in review. Too bad. So maybe we can look at the overview. It is active in all those countries, but in fact, it's actually still in review, I think. There it is, in review, yeah. But since it's already an open beta, I'm fairly positive that and we basically just clicked the promote button, which is it still there? Yeah, we just clicked this promote button to production. So there is not much to review. It already was public and it already was approved, all of it. So I hope Google is nice to us and actually just says, yeah, you did it anyway. You have your privacy policy and stuff. You did a great job. And now you can roll out to production. We did it, friends. We did it. I think this is the point where we need our fanfare. The T-Wars fanfare, the TypeScript T-Time victory fanfare in true Final Fantasy fashion. Commence! I can actually not hear it. Oh no, I can hear it. Okay, perfect. We did it! Yeah! That's it. So, actually, that means we can actually move into doing we can actually move into done app. There we go. And then we have exclamation mark doing. Let's get to the next one. The next one is probably the fire command, which is for whatever reason not working the way that I want it to. And we keep this in the background because if we're lucky, it will get published while we speak here on stream. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Mirko, and hope you have a beautiful time. There was some interesting buggy screen there, but that's Ubuntu for you, together with an NVIDIA graphics card. So let's switch contexts here. The overlay effects, which I'm currently in, and in fact it's also public, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here, where's my Google Chrome? Has gone missing. There we go. Click this button, GitHub. And then we go to Trello, no, Twitch effect, or OBS overlay. Overlay, how did I call it? Trello to Twitch overlay is something else. Twitch, OBS. Where's my repository? Repositories. OBS Twitch overlay effects. Why did I not find it? The search. So that's also public. If you want to check it out. Not all of the code, I think, is actually completely pushed, but because the victory fanfare is not included, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be included. So, whoa. Let's check out the fire. Because we renamed it. Well, that makes sense. So, exclamation mark fire stream. Yeah, that works. Aha. Silly me. rename stuff without remembering that he renamed it. We fixed it. I probably just have to reload the server. So I have 2 Python web servers running here. We can just pkill them. Python. One is for this up here, and one is for the effects. And now they should be gone. Yeah. And now if we do, let's see. We probably have to do a yarn build, right? Yep, yarn build. And then I have to somehow restart the server. The question is, where did I put the server? I think I have an alias set up. The problem is I cannot just show you my aliases. Or can I? Let me see here, just for a second. I move this over here. So what we can run, maybe I run that in the proper terminal, is, so I'm just starting a web server here. There's nothing special that I'm doing. Effects, and another one for Trello. Come on, paste, and then I have those 2 running, and we can move this back. And if I refresh the to-dos, it should be there again. Yes, that still works. And the effects, unfortunately, we cannot really see them until I do the following, !fire. Well, that didn't work. Why not? !fire stream still works, huh? Yes. Maybe shutdown source when not visible, refresh browser when, maybe I have to click refresh. Yes, okay. I just had to refresh the panel in OBS. It works again, yeah! So we can say done fire command fixing. Whoop, whoop. And with that, we can move on to our actual stuff, which is level up, ! Doing level up. There we go. So we are back in TypeScript tea time, I wanted to say, in T-Wars world. So let's open the app. And then I think we already, so when we get an, we did this 2 or 3 streams ago. When we, let's see. Move this over here. So there we go. That's our little game. Close that one down. Yeah, so I took a look whether it was already approved, but it wasn't yet. Can't wait. Let's see here. So we have our, that was the wrong window that I reloaded just now. There we go. So we have our background. If I go into the main scene and I enable our dev mode, we actually see some more. There we go. Do I actually send the events, the sound? No, I don't. Okay, perfect. I don't want to spam you guys too much with the sound from this game. At least not while we're just working on it. So what we already did, I think, on the backend part. So /server code dot. We are, I think, sending this level up. Or maybe not. There we go. Leveled up. We did it a week ago. This specific event that is being sent to the front end via WebSocket, and which we can now handle, I think. Was there anything else? Let me just take a quick look here at git length, or maybe git log. There we go. That's not it. Git log -1 line. That's better. So apparently we added level up calculations, and we emit the event actually to the front end. So that should already work, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome back in. We are try that again. I need some more tea. Definitely more tea. Welcome to the new viewers. We are developing a kind of Final Fantasy style game which you can actually control from Twitch chat. So if I would actually start the kind of production and not the development environment, you get one of these characters and we fight together one of these monsters. So the monsters are also randomly generated. When I start a new, you get a new one. All of these assets are actually not in the public domain necessarily, but at least under Creative Commons. So you can get all of them yourself and build cool stuff with it. So, which means what we wanted to do is basically have a small animation. When we defeat the monster, we receive the level up event, and then we probably want, I don't know, make him jump or make some arrows that point upwards, or I don't know, something that goes up and displays that the character has actually leveled up. Or maybe even a text. That would also be possible. So to all of you in chat, say hello. I'm very open to hearing what you have to tell me and what kind of projects you're working on, because all of this I'm streaming because I want to share cool projects with you guys, as well as learn more about your projects, because I noticed that streaming is, or just hanging out in the live coding streams is very, very educational, and sometimes also a lot of fun. So let's see, what do we have? So Git says the backend is done, which means all we need to do is in our socket.io client, we receive the log or the new event. We kept it very, very simple, and then depending on the event type that we receive, we are, for example, if the monster appeared, we let the monster fall down like this, and then we run this animation. If a character has actually joined, we basically run this. And if we have an attack, let's see, one of these adventurers, I can start attacking, they start attacking, and so on and so on. And now we have one for So if event.type is equal, TypeScript helps us a lot here. And there should be, there it is, leveled up. There we go. And now this event is actually a leveled up event, as you can see here. And we can do stuff with it. In particular, we know which level is the new level. And we know which character has actually received the level up. So that's very promising for us. Now we need to think about how do we actually want to animate it. Do you have any preferences? I mean, we're very much influenced by Final Fantasy, but we're also doing some, like the animation of the monster is actually partially or very much inspired by Hollow Knight, as well as by, even if you can't see it like that, it's the falling down is inspired by the Taurus demon from Demon Souls or Dark Souls. Dark Souls? Dark Souls, right? Was it Dark Souls? Did you play any of those games? These very, very hard, frustrating games. Personally, I played some Demon Souls back in the day. Never finished it though, because I only played it at a friend's house actually when I was living there. Gusto, how are you doing? Good to see you. This tea is for you. By the way, I forgot. Here, take some tea. And lots of it. Which one have you played? So we know who receives the level up, and we know which level it is. Chilling on the balcony and freezing. Yeah, that's not ideal. Like Dark Souls or Demon Souls, because Demon Souls was actually the very, very first in the series, and then Dark Souls 1 and so on. Dark Souls. They re-released it for PlayStation 5, didn't they? Or was that actually the other one? You're casual. Yeah, I actually when I was playing Demon Souls, I played it in the night. Not Demon Souls, but Bloodborne. I played it in the night, and I was scared of it. So what I used to do, I started anime podcasts, which are very, very happy and kind of counter the very dark and grim mood of Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Dark Souls remake or remastered? That's for 2018 already. I see. When did the PlayStation 5 appear? PlayStation 4, okay. And Demon Souls? Ah, that's 2020, so that's the newest one. Yeah, I remember you basically, you step in. Demon Souls is on PS5. Yeah. It's Demon Souls. I never knew. Originally it was, I think it's a remake from PlayStation 3. From 2009, in fact. Yeah. What was I about to ask? I forgot. Anyway, the animation that we have have for our the falling down animation and the terrible screen shake is from inspired at least by the Taurus demon from Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls. There should be a Demon Souls, you know. No, not that that makes sense, but it's a programmer joke. A Demon Souls. Demon Souls software. Because it's from software, I cannot computing. Maybe we should make this project. So far there is no Demon Souls. There doesn't seem to be a Demon Souls, so we can do that. All those background processes. So, do you have any ideas on how we do the level up? Cousteau? Level up pixel art, maybe? Since I talked, now I remember. Since I talked with you about Undertale, I'm currently listening actually to the soundtrack. Arrows, like this one, for example, or this one. Arrows should be okay. Open game art. I remember there is Dungeon Mans, I'm not sure. Dungeon Mans. Which is this cool game, and in fact he's streaming, one of the American streamers on Twitch. So shout out to, I think it's Play Dungeon Mans. Did it work? That didn't work, did it? Dungeon Mans. Play Dungeon Mans on Twitch. So this one. Level up sound effects, absolutely. Absolutely. Did we actually add the fire sound effects? I can't remember. Let me unmute this. Yes, we did. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we now have exclamation mark fire, by the way. I think you didn't see that last week. Oh no, you did. Cousteau, you did. We developed it together. Yeah. 2 weeks ago. I also thought about introducing exclamation mark ice because it's cool and easy to make. Arrow. Do you happen to have a level up sound, or why do you ask? Ooh, this one is interesting. RPG GUI sound, flashing arrow. It's gray, so maybe not. Arrowheads, LED arrow. we make an LED arrow and then these become so these are we make them individual sprites and then they like an open shield. Open board LED. These guys. And then it says level up. Level up. How does that sound? I like that idea because it's so stupid. Anything else? Arrow voiceover. Vulgar. Okay. Wood wobbling and rattling. Arrows. Oh yeah, the reason why I came up with dungeon men's level up. They do this. Move this to the side so you can actually see something. Come on. Window manager not working. No, thank you. I mean, I did buy it already. So it looks like this. And somewhere in the middle, you see the actual character. So that's definitely one option. Definitely one option. This one looks fairly simple, not too bad. I mean, we could also, how hard is it to program an arrow? If we want to have a 3D effect, probably more difficult. Otherwise, it's fairly simple. You take a rectangle and a triangle, right? So thinking about, we have like, ideally, let's say, we have this many people, and then we start. Let me maybe copy this arrow here. Save as. Oh no. This one maybe. Cannot zoom. Make this small. So let's kind of animate this very, very rapidly here. We have this setup. We defeat the monster. I cannot actually make it disappear, I think. Die. Doesn't disappear. Oh, it does. Okay, perfect. So, and now we could show an arrow on top of that person and then or directly over the person and then it moves up. Or maybe directly behind the person and then it moves upwards. And I think if we do that, we already have something. So let's just implement it, I think. Are you in CC0? Perfect, yes. Do we have a favorite color? So we need the adventurer, which looks like this, probably. And then adventurer dot question mark dot level up, which doesn't exist yet. So we can, I thought we could just create it. That doesn't work. Why are you? Exclamation mark. Ah, there we go. Declare method level up. Thank you. So now it works. And I'm not sure whether we need the number for the time being. Level up. Let's leave out the number. We can add that soonish. There we go with level up. It's not that we need to write this, but let's say it's public. And now, so we have X and Y position because we can just do this dot X and this dot Y, as well as the position. So what do we need? We want to this dot scene dot add dot image, most likely, at this position. Almost. What we can do is we can take this dot center bottom, center position, set position, center bottom center, get bottom center. There it is, finally. Set depth indeed on the arrow, however. So const, what does this return us? A math.vector. Do we have x and y on that? Yes, we do. So we can just destructure that. X and y is equal to this. And we can say, well, add it at x and add it at y. Add the arrow up, I suppose. And for the time being, let's leave it at that. Now we have to include the image, of course. So up here we can say include the image, arrow up, and this becomes two colored arrow. Let me just copy this over to the right location. Twitch overlay TypeScript T time, episode 7, T was assets, images. Do it. And then we put this right here. And now, wait, that's not the right one. See? There we go. Save, and let's add it to our acknowledgement, because these amazing people deserve acknowledgement. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to build any of this, because I'm not an artist and I don't have an artist in my team. So this here, even though it's CC0, you wouldn't need to, but I definitely want to support the community in one way or another. So I think that's just fair. Name by another rose, interesting. Upwards arrow. Why does it say animation? Oh, well, whatever works. So to all the other people in chat, because I know there's at least one more person. What have you been up to? What kind of projects are you working on? I'm very curious to hear. Either programming related or just any kind of project that you've put some effort in and that you have fun with. So far we called it like this. Why did I rename? Because these are multiples. Okay, I see. I see what I did there. I see what I did there. So let's copy this name and put it right there. It's very confusing that the name includes a by, because now it reads like by name by another rose. Well, whatever works. So we have arrow up inside here, and now we can just trigger it. For example, because it doesn't include anything, we can just go to our GUI here and say level up. Babams. There we go. There we have our adventurer. And if I click the level up button on the right side here, so there, that's what I will do now. After I've reloaded once more, we should see the arrow right there. Yay, there it is. Can we maybe monster, please stop animating for now. Skip intro, true. Perfect. Much better. So, of course, this doesn't suffice. Instead, we want to move this one up. And first of all, we also want to move it in the right position. Do we need multiple? What do you think? What do you guys think? So first of all, let's move it upwards. So const arrow is this. And then we say this.scene.tweens.add, and we animate the target, which is arrow. I think we can actually just do this. And now true, yeah, absolutely. We can just look at it instead of starting to think whether it works or not. And now we move upwards to the top position plus some alpha, epsilon. So we can maybe just get top center, and we call this one y top. And we go until there, and we have to take minus, that's important. Because up here is 0, and then we count down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100, 500, 1000 something pixels in Y direction. X direction is actually correctly. So for you, it's this direction, which is confusing because on stream it's vice versa. So let's say minus, I don't know, 200 maybe, and duration, let's say just 1000 for now, and look at it. 200 is too much. Or is it? It might not be. Spam them level ups. Beautiful. I think it's fine if it just disappears at some point. We can probably use a timeline instead though, right? So this.scene.tweens.timeline, I want one. Const timeline is equal to this, and then timeline.add all the fun stuff that we did here. And then we say timeline.play, because we want to do some more things here. Most importantly, let's see. So one thing up front, the arrow should actually have a different center. So set origin, X position should be 0.5, so that if this is the image, it will be centered at the in X direction at the center, but we want to have the bottom position for Y. So 1 in Y direction. And now it should, if we stop the animation for now, it should line up with the bottom of the adventurer. Yeah, which it does. Apparently it also lines up actually with the Y with the X direction. Oh, that was too fast. Yeah, so that works. Now, the next one is, let's see. Footer, I would, okay, I already read that one. Drink some more tea here. And in the meantime, I'm also looking at the release, whether it actually worked. Oh, we're in production. Are we? I think we're in production. We're in production. The publishing overview has vanished. Woo! This stream is on fire, I would say. Nice. It's in production. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Do we actually see the countries or something? No data available so far. 14 installs. Not too much, but it's something. We're getting there, we're getting there. It's in production. I can't believe it. Oh, it's done. So shout out on that front. Right there you can get the app. Yeah, for you it's probably there, depending on where you put your chat. The You Are Awesome app, a community-driven motivational quotes app. And this also cries for our fanfare, the tea time fanfare. Hey, Cindev love pie, and I love pie too. Good to see you. How are you doing? How are you doing? We just noticed that the app I've published to the Google Play Store about an hour ago, 53 minutes ago, has completely been approved, and now we're live on the Play Store without the note that it's in early access. Yeah! A motivational quotes app, but instead of having quotes from, say, Kennedy and Einstein, which always feel very distant, or Buddha, and Buddha kind of, instead, people like you and me just wishing each other a great day. So like Peter from England here, you are amazing. And in particular, you can also send your own messages in via the app. So, and that gets shown to everybody using the app on a specific day. So it gets picked. Every day we pick one message, and then this one message gets shown to everybody. So your message might get shown to our current 14 users, but you might be the 15th. You've been taking a bit of a break from your project. I see. Yeah, that I know that feeling. I've been working on this one for 2 years. Oh man. But now it's published. In fact, I think let's see, if we go to You Are Awesome app, you can do git log --1 line. You can actually, I think, put in reverse. Yeah. But let's not use one line, but instead use reverse. September 29. Yes, you can. If it's open source, that's fine. And as long as it's not harmful to other ethnic groups or anything hateful. But I suppose as you love pi, I suppose you also love some degree of people. Right? So feel free. Ideally a GitHub link. That's best, because then people know it's not spam. Yeah, perfect. Phaser3. That sounds awesome. Substitution alpha subtitles renderer. Saber. That's a great name. That's a great name indeed. It wasn't taken on NPM, I guess. GPU accelerated JavaScript. Oh, very interesting. Advanced substation. I have no idea what an advanced substation is, because I do not usually work. Saber is taken, so I went with a British. I see. Well, it still works, right? Where did I see the name again? Ah, here. Substation alpha sub renderer. So that's perfect. But yeah, you can also subtitle renderer. That would also work. Cool. Very nice name. Very nice name. Let's find out what actually, or maybe you can explain what substation alpha is. A subtitle file format created by CS Low. Ah, I see. Anime fan subs. Right until the second of the stream, I actually watched Kobayashi-san's Maid Dragon. Cool. So what kind of Crunchyroll actually uses it? Cool. Probably they used a lot of fan subs. Cool, very nice. And so you render, let me guess. You render the subtitles, but so that it's faster, you you want to have it graphic card enhanced, accelerated. Basically, advanced substation alpha is the most complex subtitle format in the world. That's the news. I mean, it's a world record, right? You take it or leave it. Load subtitles, set a viewport, get frames. Cool. For video processing. I love Pi. I love Pi too. What's your favorite Pi? I gotta ask. Very nice. So, and now you've also been working on this for quite some time, I see. Cool. Very nice. Very nice. Interesting. Interesting. Apple Pie. Nice. I'm kind of half Japanese, so whenever I hear apple, I have to think of pineapple apple pie. Do you know that? You probably do. Let me just switch on the lights. It's getting dark in here. Pineapple apple pie. Yeah, I've got a pen. I've got an apple. Apple pen. You've actually working on it since 2012. Wow. That's before I actually started programming. I mean, I did in university, but before I did any professional programming. Wow, that's something. Lifting my hat for you. I don't know whether in other cultures that's actually a good thing. Probably, I suppose it is. In Central Europe, at least, it's like I honor that, so I lift my hand for you. So let's get slightly back to what we were originally doing. Other than being happy that we are actually in production. So again, you can find the app and install it on Android. We're also working on, or one of the next goals is bringing it to iOS, but I need to buy an iOS iPhone to actually test it, because I only have a very old Android phone, and I also should upgrade that one. You should take a look at the parser. You see what it is. Can I still? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Chrome, for being able to do that. I don't know much about graphic cards, so how are you talking to the graphics card? In fact, can WebRTC? No, WebGL. Thank you. Oh yeah, I see. So that's how you talk to that one. Source, and then I probably can just go to file parser, I guess. We have two of them. I suppose the source one. So this is not JavaScript. Is it? Saber.import. Saber.complain. I appreciate that you put a lot of effort also in the documentation. You could in fact just move it to with the help of this, you could just I did that in one project. You can have a JavaScript file, JS language mode JS. Not that I say you should do it, but just in theory, you could do something like add TS check, and then if you have a TS config file, it will actually use the settings and apply it to your JavaScript, which is pretty cool. Even if you only use like JS docs, which is amazing. Say add param boolean, and I write a function here. Function is true of x. Let's see. Then I say x here. Then at least VS Code and together even with TypeScript, you can it immediately tells you it's a boolean, and you get autocompletion and so on. Boolean doesn't have too much, fortunately. Maybe string x dot and so on, and it completely type checks it. You're using Clojure. I see. The one that is it. Let's see. I think Facebook is using that one, right? For Facebook Clojure. So now for the other people, Clojure programming. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they didn't. Which does those check? Yeah. Cool. Very nice. Also for everybody who starts in the project. Object.freeze, so you don't change it. I see. There is definitely, I see the love in this and the care that you put into it. Very nice. Wow. Maybe we can. Well, what was the name of the language? Substation alpha example. Substation alpha example file. It's called. That's did they do it by? That's definitely not by coincidence. interesting. Fox jumps over a lazy dog. Why did they put it in so often? Wow. Dialogue. There's probably, these would be different lines, I suppose, right? In an actual real life example. Real world example file. Oh, that's a Python library. Yeah. Anyway. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Yeah, so if somebody's interested, maybe check that one out. And then your real life example. It's fine, I think, for the time being. Anyway, moving. So thank you for your sharing. I love Pi. SingDev, I love Pi. Very cool, very cool. Let's get back to our level up. So currently it's a bit boring. Just this arrow that moves up a lot, in fact. So we probably want to at least lower this at least slightly, say 150. And other than that, I probably want to do something like this, timeline.add. So do we do it, or maybe let's do it like this. We set the depth, which is essentially the z coordinate, which determines which objects get rendered in front of each other. You've been trying to get contributors, but no luck so far. Have you checked bduggy open sourced? So not open sourced, but open sourced. Open source.pizza. bduggy is also streaming, so shout out to him. bduggy. Did that work? I swear, I touched. I think that's the right one. Ignore the title. No, that's the wrong one. My bad. Let's see. Where is the? My bad. That's the wrong shout out. Where are you, my friend? So he's a GitHub developer. bduggy yo. Oh, okay, my bad. So shout out to him instead. My bad. And he's developing a platform called open sourced, actually even, which is itself open source. But what this project is about is finding contributors for your open source project, as well as finding your next project if you are a contributor, if you want to contribute. So he's streaming. Unfortunately for me, it's American times. I'm from Central Europe. So for me, it's usually when he starts streaming, it's like 11 o'clock in the night. So I can't visit him that often, but it's pretty cool. And you might be able to register with it and find collaborators. Kind of, you are the person that provides the open source project that looks for collaborators, because that's also part of this project. Yeah, check out the docs and the stream. Say hi to him from me. How do you submit your project? I don't know. Ideally ask him. There is apparently something getting started, contributing, and so on. So I suppose yeah, ideally just visit his stream when he's online the next time. I hope that works for your time zone. I don't know where you are, but if you're lucky, you can just ask him in person, which is always good, right? Yeah. So coming back, but I feel your pain. Finding contributors to an open source project can be daunting indeed. It can definitely be daunting. By the way, if you like our stream so far, feel free to leave a like. Psst. So, moving back to our level ups. One thing that I wanted to do is, first of all, set the depth, which controls in which order the objects get rendered. So, for example, the monster as well as this adventurer are rendered in front of the background, as you can see. Otherwise, you wouldn't see it. So we can say this.depth -1, which means it now renders behind the adventurer. And if we click here, we see it coming out of the person. Maybe we should just spawn a bunch of them, I think. It looks so Kusto, if you're still there, if you're still there, I think by now I can tell that this is not enough. There should be more going on. And to do that, we can just spawn multiple arrows in a loop. Let's do that. We can use range from Lodash. BAMs. Let's say we spawn 7 of them. You say awesome, perfect. Then we agree. For each. So we put an I and then we map this to all of this fun stuff. We need to do some randomization here, both on the Y coordinate as well as the X coordinate. We could also think of spawning them one at a time. We can in fact use particles for that, right? We use a particle effect. Yeah, maybe that's it. We use a particle effect for this one, and it's just moving upwards. Writing particle effects can be kind of daunting, however. This.add.particles. Let's see. We want the texture to be arrow up. We want the frame to be just this. Is that it? Dot. We definitely need to set some properties. Velocity. I cannot set the velocity here. Frames, emitters, name, input. Can we provide some configuration? Emitters. Emitter particle configuration. Okay, perfect. So we provide currently the texture. We want the text, the frame to be undefined. And we then provide a configuration. So let's say the velocity, okay, that didn't work already. Let's say acceleration y, which is then negative. Let's say -100. We provide an angle. We don't even need to provide the angle, right? Although I don't know. Oh, that will work. Let me see. So const arrows is equal to this. Let's remove all of this fun stuff and remove all of that fun stuff. And we say the X position is X and the Y position is just Y. Is that it? Yeah, from the bottom center. And then we say arrows dot start. Emit calls each of the listeners once on remove resume. Do we have play? We have resume. Or does it already do the thing? Did I save? Like, it didn't need to click the button. So it spawns something, but it doesn't move. Interestingly. Active. True. Please receive updates, my friend. That doesn't work. Max velocity y 1000. Why do you not move, my friend? Colliders, alpha. So most of the time I'm actually using Phaser particle editor, this nice little tool to do all the things. And here you can just set something like a frequency of 1 and some gravity, like minus 100. And now things start moving. If I set frequency to 0, does it still move? Yes, it does. Timescale 1. But I suppose those are all default values, right? Frequency 1. Please do something. Move, damn it. Move your arrow, every arrow. Let's see. Core zone, emit. Gravity. Didn't we set the gravity? Wait, we set Y. Emit only. Gravity. Aha! Something happens. Watch it. The lifetime is too short. Now I get it. Lifespan. I don't know, 1000 maybe, and we increase the gravity, and now things should start happening. Watch it. Choo! It's beautiful. Ship it. So that seems to be working. Maximum velocity is 1000. Let's say this is, I don't know, 500. So now, next thing we want to do is we want to have a quantity of, let's say, 20, and we want to have an emit zone to be a new rectangle of something. JSON, let's look at an example. New Phaser geometry, blah, 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 blah. Oh. Two properties. So emit zone is what? An object, exactly. That's what we thought. So we need a source probably, and we need something is happening. So it needs a quantity, it needs a source, and it needs a type. Quantity 1, I don't know. The number of particles to place on the source edge. Set 0 to use step rate instead. 0, step rate. The distance between each particle when set, quantity is implied and should be set to 0. Let's put this to 10. So every 10 pixel we spawn something. And then we put this one to 0 here. This one to 0. No, wait. minus 50, plus 50, minus 20, and plus 20, which should give us kind of a rectangle down at the feet of the person here. Let's see. So it looks more like tentacles. Darn. This might be a bit too much. What if we set 3 here? Something is happening. Things are happening. So why do we get so many? In a sense, it looks okay, but in a sense, it doesn't look okay. Is this width? Yeah, that's width. So we have to take the double 40. Looks like one from Dune. I kind of can imagine. Yeah, I kind of can imagine. Oh, talk about a worm. The Remoras is actually a pretty amazing creature. It just looks so damn badass. Look at it. It's smaller than I imagined it, but nevertheless, I don't want to meet it in person. Yeah, that's a bit too much, right? So, wait. Frequency means how often, how many milliseconds we take to spawn something. So we don't want that. What we actually want to set is frequency to -1, which says explode mode, which sends all the particle at once. And then we want to set a something. So I think now we need this, and then we say no, not there anymore. And this time, nothing happens anymore. We have an error in the console? No, we don't. Why not? Why no work? Timescale, frequency. Do we have to use arrows.explode? Emit? How did we do that? Close processors, index list, data, frames, event emitters. .emitters, .get all, .for each, start. But I don't want to use start, I want to use explode. Does that work? Oh, it needs 3 articles. 3 arguments. Count 1, 0, 0. What I would expect now is that we get exactly 1 arrow, but we get none. Oh, it's spawning up there. Well, that's terrible. So was this already spawning up there? No, this one is not. Is it? What if we put this to +50 and +20? The question, I have a feeling this rectangle is actually relative, no, absolute, and not relative to the X and Y position which we have here. Or it isn't. It just does nothing. So if we set this one to 1000, that means we have 1 emit cycle every second. Now we should see something. Yay! That looks promising. That looks promising. So let's take minus 50 here again and minus 20. I think then we're good with the rectangle. Yes. Perfect. So let's spawn, let's say 8. Yeah, we're getting there, we're getting there. So we probably want to increase the, so let's say minus 50 to 100. Yay, level up. Now it starts looking level up-ish, right? Doesn't it? We might need to change the color, but that should be easy enough. Now we have to stop it somehow. How do we... I only want to run it once. Oh, that link didn't work. Timescale 0. Let's try that. It does look much better now. Yeah, very good. Yes, I think so too. Why do we need so long for saving? Well, that didn't work. Okay, so timescale must be 1. We learned that. What else do we need here? So that it starts looking. So we want to stop it. There is definitely a way to only run it once. I'm very sure. Step rate, yo-yo, seamless. No. Transform. Scale, rotate stuff, quantity, lifespan. So I think one thing that we could do is arrows dot stop pause. We could do something like this and then just call it MB Crump. Mr. MB Crump is visiting us. Good to see you. How are you doing? How have you been? It's I think it's the first time that you actually catch the stream, right? Being in the US, it does. Yeah, the time difference is harsh, right? Cool. You're streaming today? Because then I probably know who we're going to raid if I'm still streaming at that time. I've been here before and followed a while back. Yeah. I remember you followed on stream. Thank you so much. Cool. Very nice. So are you streaming today? Again? It is a Wednesday. So what did we want to do here, by the way? Probably around noon PST. 12 PST to CST. 21 o'clock. Okay, yeah, that's a regular time. Sweet. Then I'll check it out. So for the other people in chat, check out Mr. MB Crump, who kind of inspired me to start streaming. to be honest, it's a lot of fun and very relaxed. So check that out. We are currently, maybe we should just play around by now. We have a couple of people in chat, so let's maybe play around. because we can play actually on stream here. You from chat, we can defeat monsters together. Let's see, main scene. I just need to disable this one, and then we start the server. And I think, let me see here. It needs to be small. So the rules are fairly simple. There are basically 3-ish commands. Actually 4 by now. The exclamation mark fire command is not there. So when I give the signal, or Kusto does, a monster will fall from the top right here. So let me open this, and be aware sound will start playing. A monster will start falling from the top here, and then we can join. So the monster is trying to defeat the world, and not yet. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Not yet. As soon as I write exclamation mark ambush, let's just do it. So, to battle! Oh no! Wait, give it a second. Forget about that one. I disabled the, because we're currently in development, I disabled the fun stuff. Skip intro false, absolutely show the intro, because that's the best part of the game, probably. So, second try. Try 2. So, you walk, you and your party, you walk through Winter Wonderland, and all of a sudden, you hear a cry. An ambush, it's a skeleton. A scary one. It has a shriek. And from now on, you can start with exclamation mark join, and your character will also appear on screen up there. So now it's the time for exclamation mark join. The rules are complicated, apparently. More complicated than I think. Developing it is of course always simpler. So now is the time, Mr. Crump, to write exclamation mark join, and now you can write one of 3 commands. You can either start with your magic attacks, exclamation mark fire. Oh, that was already a bad hit. Exclamation mark fire, exclamation mark heal, and then add H Castolage, for example. Or you just do a basic attack with exclamation mark attack. And you can also just type any text if you do exclamation mark attack. For example, I exclamation mark attack the monster with my, who am I actually? With my sword. Very nice, very nice. It's almost dead. there was a quick fight, but we can do a second one because now the rules are clear, I hope. So to all other people in chat, exclamation mark join if you want to join the battle. Let's heal up Kusto a bit because he's almost dead. So the fun part about this is your experience as well as your HP actually get carried over into the next battle and into the next stream, which is fun. Ambush is just for the start. Exclamation mark attack is the one you probably want. And then give it a last attack. There. We did it! Dum, 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 dum. Dum, bum, 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 dum, dum, dum. Yeah, so all of this has been developed on stream actually, except for maybe 1 or 2 of the animations. And finding sounds is always not fun doing it on stream. But I did actually make a noisy stream where we added sounds. That was terrible. you know best, being a streamer, that sound management is just and the volume management is just so complicated. Even if you have a tool like OBS, which then loops back to you. Maybe I make this slightly lower. Yeah, so that's about it from the game side. We're currently working on the level ups, so they already get carried over. So we now have your data. If we go to localhost, I think 3000, and then we look at the adventurers, we see you also inside of here, MB Crump, down there. Currently level 1, you did already get 100 experience points, I think at 200 or 300. Up until last stream it was 300 experience, you are level 1. Maybe we did change the calculation, but I don't know the numbers right now. And your HP actually get carried over, so you can heal up to 150, but currently you're down to 137. And if you see, Kusto has only 56 HP left. You can see that up there. Wrong direction. His HP have been reduced quite a bit already. So I was trying to heal him a bit more. And he's already level 4. So level ups actually give you at this point more firepower. So the damage you do is just a straight +4, as well as healing is a straight +4, which in a game, if you have ever played DnD, does matter a lot. Other than that, we do D20 rolls. Simple. You didn't see you didn't see the data stuff. Yeah, so I'm currently querying the backend that we have, and this is coming from the database essentially. You're down here as well with 100 experience points. Kusto is Final Singularity is also in here. You probably know. Kusto is also in here with already 1,100 experience points. Yeah, and currently we're working on the level up so that becomes slightly more interesting. So what do you think? Any ideas? If you have any ideas, feel free to write them too. We actually have a Trello board where I collect most of the ideas. You cannot write to it, but you can write it inside of the chat, and then I include it in the backlog for triaging. So right now we were doing the thing. We wanted to make the level up slightly more interesting. So we already get from the backend. So we talk with a NestJS backend, which talks to a database via WebSockets to this front end, which is running Phaser3, TypeScript, JavaScript. And is the music still running? No, it's not, right? Yeah, perfect. Okay. We want to make the level up more interesting, and the point where we stopped is that this is looping, which it should not. The question is, how do we stop it? So the easy way to stop it is basically saying the surefire way. Let's say it like this: this.scene.time.delayed call after 1000. Or after, I don't know, just 100 milliseconds should already be all right. Please say arrows.pause. That's the surefire way, but there's most likely be another way to do that inside of Phaser.js, working with particles. Oh, it stops completely. That's not ideal. I mean, we can, what if we put frequency to 0? No, that's not it. Is it? Oh, that's a bit much. So I think now it's rendering 8 arrows per frame, so every 16 milliseconds, which is not what we want. If I put -1 here, is it doing it once? No, it's doing it not at all. Why not? Why you no work? Active true. Okay, so oops. Phaser3 particle run once. Particles. Add emitters, key, make particles, create. So follow. No, follow means which kind of character or object it should follow. Scale, frame, delay, lifespan. Anything interesting in here? Emit zone, yo. Isn't there one? Anyway, follow X, initial position, emit zone, target position, angled scale, render, frame, alpha, visible true, nope, delay, bounce, callback, custom particles, emitter on. Yeah, glad you liked it. It's simple, but it's on the one hand we learned a lot here on stream, because we were able to look at technologies like MongoDB and sitting on top of MongoDB Mongoose, as well as TypeGoose, which gives you better TypeScript integration, although not anymore, as well as NestJS, Socket.io, WebSockets, as well as, well, Phaser.js, the game library, game engine that we're using. So -1 for exploding emitter, it says. Do you already know what you're streaming about today? -1 for exploding. I do want exploding. Why does it not explode? Emitter.explode. Nope. Well, that's one way to do it, right? Something would probably come up. Some idea probably comes up, right? So frequency -1 is exploding. The question is, how do we do the exploding thing? Arrows dot. Do we have an exploding property? No, we don't. So exploding is, I think, what we need. Exploding means it spawns all of the sprites, all of the particles at the same time, and it only does it once. The question now is, how do we trigger it? And for whatever reason, we do not have a property or method that does that. We do have emit, which is the opposite of explode. Emit particle, emitters, get data. Can we call it on the emitters? Emitters.explode exists. No, unfortunately not. Destroy, get all, blah, 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 blah. Then, well, let's do this again. Get all for each start. Let's try that one. Working with particles in Phaser is a bit fiddly. So most of the time I use this particle editor, but for whatever reason I do not right now, because it doesn't allow the explode option. So it won't help us much in this case. Why work? Console also doesn't say anything. It doesn't. No errors. Start explode. 10 particles at... Wait, it worked earlier, right? The only problem was that it wasn't relative. So if we do arrows.x and arrows.y, it might actually work, even though it's a terrible workaround. Why are you up there? You're not up there. So if I click, it spawns the stuff up here, even though why are you up there? Seriously. So if we put 1000 here, we should see it about in this, I don't know, center of the screen. I think my whole screen is, or this whole screen. Let's disable the monster again. True, skip the intro. This whole screen is, I don't know, 1400. Up there it spawns now. Let's see, X and Y, which come from here, which is the sprite's X and Y position. So down here, it works. We did it. We found it. That was terrible to find, but it works. In other words, we can now fiddle around with some settings here, and we can stage first and foremost before I break it again. Yes, this one. Always stage before you change more stuff. There it is. Okay. So level up. That looks promising. Let's see. How do we actually randomize this? We randomize it with this one. So maybe we can increase the size of the rectangle in which we spawn particles even more. 150. So that basically gives us a rectangle where particles are allowed to spawn kind of here-ish. I might be able to draw it. Let's see, add. I think I can draw this. So const rect is or spawn rectangle, and then this .scene.add or attach, or what's the command for that? Add existing. Okay. .add .existing rect. Why are you not like this? Because it's a geometry. This .scene.add.geometry. Geometry, create, make, geometry. Wasn't there a geometry thingy? Add dot. We can just add a rectangle, but let's do it like this. We put this inside of here. We give it a color, set color, set stroke color, set close path, set fill style, color. The color is just a number, perfect. So this is 0x red, green, RGB, red, green, blue, right? 00 FF 00. Well, let's make it red. ff00, and but now this is not relative. Oh, Jesus. X, Y. Please comment those out and set the depth to something very high. And now we should at least see. That's a gigantic bird. Hey, Bunny DD, how are you doing? Everything good? Are you good? How are you doing? So that's the rectangle where we can spawn stuff in. But that's not correct, right? Something is off. Something is off with this. But why? Because the origin is different. Let's set origin 0.5 maybe. I'm on Ubuntu Beaver, so Ubuntu 18. I'm scared of upgrading. let's be real here. So the systems manager always tells me it's all absolutely safe to upgrade to 20, and that you have a Panda instead of a nice Beaver. But I actually like the Beaver better. But other than that, I'm scared of upgrading and losing all the data that's on this machine. So I don't upgrade. The origin is somewhat shifted here. I think it's, yeah, this looks correct. So this is the area in which we spawn now. I saw that you streamed about Kali last time, didn't you? Where is it? PlayStation stream Kali Linux 2021-3. Sweet. So is the Kali version still in preview, or is it already published now? So now we have finally our fun stuff. We might add an alpha channel here, so we can do something like 5.5. I think that should work. It's just an alpha channel then, and it doesn't. Never mind. The alpha channel doesn't work. It's out. Oh, okay. That's on PlayStation 3 at the moment. Yeah. Did you do anything, by the way, with the PlayStation Remote? What's that called? Remote Play? Were you able to hack something with the help of that? Would be interesting. I think we can just set alpha. That's better. 0.2, and then we actually see where the emit zone is, and we can adjust that. You did. Sweet. Sweet. Maybe I missed less. Did I miss last stream? Custom firmware. Ah, yeah. And then everything is open for you. So let's install that on my PlayStation 3, which I don't possess, but and then you can spy on me. How does that sound? How are you using Nest? It is running Nest in the backend. We can actually play around if you like to. So let's play another round. Yeah. You can control the characters from Twitch chat. So the rules are here. There are basically 3 commands. One is !attack, one is !heal, and then you put something like the username, something like this, and !fire also. So yeah, the fire also starts this fire, by the way. Let me move into kind of production mode. I need to find a way to make this more easy. And there we go. And from now on, so you and your party walk through a cave, and while you do that, Bunny DD, all of a sudden an ambush. magma method, an elemental enemy composed of flames, because that's why we have the flames here. From now on, you can do !join into the chat, and if you do that, your character should appear, except when it doesn't. Well, it did work earlier, didn't it? Oh, I was too slow. Damn it. Give 1 second. There is one. Okay, you're in the desert. This time you're in the desert, you and your party. And Beholder zombie comes in, and this time do !join again, please. And your character will also appear up there on stream, and you can control it with the help of those 3 commands. The problem that occurred just now was I sped up the amount of time that the monster is actually attacking, but the problem with that is that the initial join also is shortened. So Ambicrump, if you're still there, feel free to also join, and Kusto, of course, and everybody else in chat. So from now on, you can do something like I walk behind the Beholder zombie and !attack its head. It's not that, like it's actually doing the thing and walking behind it, but but nevertheless, you can also do some magic by typing !fire, and then you do some fire magic, and you can heal other people. For example, Ambicrum, wow, really gets the stuffing there. But the monster is already dead. We did it! Yay! The music is still running, right? Yeah, it's running. Slightly louder. Dun, 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 dun. Good job, team. Yeah, absolutely. Great job. Tea for everyone. It's hot tea because we have all the fire down here. So now the cool stuff. You might be wondering, why do we use NestJS? Is it ready? It is on stream or on Steam. It is ready. You can just download it from. Let's see. Let's see. So, one question at a time. How do we use a backend? You see here, the code from the backend is actually running, and the backend is actually creating all the events that actually happen. It's handling the Twitch integration. It's also handling your, because your data is now my data. Just kidding. So everything gets persisted, so we can play multiple rounds over multiple streams. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. So your name is down here as well, and you now have 100 HP. And Crump, you now have 200 HP, and you leveled up. Woo! And if I would have been more successful with the level up integration, you would actually have seen a level up animation, but we haven't included it properly yet. That's what we're working on. So yeah, the server is running, the integration with Nest, or the server is running NestJS, which is for the people who don't know, it's basically Express but more Angular JS like, with a lot of what's it called, decorators and stuff to make things simple. So. And that integrates with our front end. The idea was originally I wanted to host that in the cloud. The problem with it is Mongo or DynamoDB, with which I actually deployed it at some point and was running in the cloud all the time. DynamoDB is very expensive. It costs €4 for me per day. I could shut it down regularly. So AWS DynamoDB is basically MongoDB from AWS. and I could shut it down and only spin it up during stream. So it was already running in the cloud, everything. And we connected to the cloud instance from this this thing here with the help of WebSockets. Yeah, I've always wanted to try out Nest since I work as an Angular developer. We'll give it a... Absolutely. NestJS is great. I work at it at my previous job, and I will miss it. If I manage to hack that file and promote myself to level 99, it will be difficult. That's perfectly fine. We even have a post endpoint. We have a patch endpoint. Mr. Crump. So we can go to ./server, and if I open the VS Code here, I have a patch endpoint, so I can give you 1,000,000 HP probably, although it might be kept. In particular, however, you can set the experience here to, for example, this number, because GitHub Copilot thinks 9132831 is a great number. That's, by the way, not a password of mine. It might be a one-time. No, the one-time codes are always 6 characters, right? Or 4. Yeah, don't know where GitHub Copilot came up with this number, but it's a number. By the way, MB Crump, Mr. Crump, or can I say Michael? I don't know. We renamed GitHub Copilot. On our stream, it's iced tea, because we have the tea time and everything is with tea. And you can also drink a lot of tea, and I'm drinking a lot of tea. I should drink some tea. Stay hydrated. That's why we called or renamed GitHub Copilot to iced tea. That's your thing. Maybe if you invite me to one of your hacker streams, I try to learn ice with you to bring some concurrent to P0, who's still, I think, the only one who ever.
Bunny DD joined our tea time.
Welcome to our tea time. Good to see you. So, NestJS is great. And other than that, everything is hosted on GitHub. That didn't work. Exclamation on GitHub. So the whole thing is on GitHub. All you need to do is clone the repository and go into episode 7. Episode 7 is actually slightly complex. Episode 7 stretches since episode 7 until episode 38. So we're doing that since 28 episodes. And yeah, basically what you can do is you run npm install in this directory, which is the front end, twars, and then yarn dev or npm run dev, and after that you go into the backend, which is also in episode 7, the server part, and I think there are no secrets actually involved. Maybe because it's talking to MongoDB, I'm not sure. And then you run npm install in here, and you run yarn dev or npm run dev inside of here, and then you have it running. Done. No doubt about it. No question about it. And it's running NestJS indeed. I accept pull requests. If you like, feel free to send something in. Absolutely, I would be happy. And if you're okay with it, I would also do a review on stream, because some people actually asked me to do reviews on stream to see how that works. Pull request reviews per what's it called? peer reviews. So absolutely, if you have something, I did post the link just now, did I? Unfortunately, I refreshed the page and now my chat history is gone. Yeah, but it's absolutely possible to run this. And if you are very, very happy, although I doubt that you want to do it, you can actually use AWS and CDK, Cloud Development Kit, to deploy it into the cloud and run it all the time if you happen to run a 24-hour stream or something. That's perfectly fine. And then it writes into a DynamoDB, which automatically, with one command, it all gets set up. So if you're actually interested in that Ambicrum, please let me know, and I will do some documentation for you. Absolutely. Or also BunnyDD. If you're interested in writing, I don't know, something on the backend, for example, because you said you want to do some server-side NestJS, so this one is the deep link, then absolutely feel free to add something, servers and stuff. So got it. Yeah, let's add that as a to-do. Document starting T was with and server. Bams, there we have a new to-do. Yay! Absolutely possible. So I will probably just do it. Because otherwise, yeah, I would just do it. Maybe on stream, maybe not on stream. Because documentation is not very very interesting, right? to watch. In any event, talk about events. You can close the backend and go to the front end again. And let's see here. Maybe we take a 2-minute break so I can make some more tea. And I'll be right back for you. And then we do the... we still need to animate Mr. Crumb's level up. That's important. So let's switch back here to the dev mode. And now we should have this running somewhere. Where is it? By the way, just today, before I forget that, our app has become public. Yay! Well, not public, but actually production public. Yeah, which is more important. A motivational quotes app. So every day you get a motivational quote, like usually those conventional quote apps are like quotes from Einstein and Gandhi and Kennedy, right? Great people, but people that feel kind of far away, right? So what this app does differently is instead you have people like you and me, we send in messages, and you can send in your message as well. And then one of those messages each day gets picked and gets shown to everybody having this app installed. So either you can actually open the app and then you see it like this, or you get a push notification, because that's just, let's be honest, that's much more likely to happen and much more comfortable. At a time that you like, you can just set it up. If you wake up early at 6 o'clock in your time, that's absolutely fine. Just set it to 6 o'clock in the settings. Or if you're more on a vacation trip, you only stand up at 10 o'clock and you want your motivation boost at that time, absolutely fine. Set it to 10 o'clock and you get your small message to give you that boost for the day at 10 o'clock. So check that out. It has been deployed live here on stream not even pretty much 2 hours ago. So you can be one of the first people to actually check that. It has been tested extensively, so don't worry about that one. And it has also been approved by Google and so on. So your privacy is safe and so on. Thank you so much. Yeah. So getting some tea. Just give me 2 minutes here. You can still, if you like, you can play around with these commands, as well as a drop command, which is also there. Let's see here. And that was already it. Cheers, everybody. So what's your favorite hot beverage? We here at the TypeScript Tea Time, we not only cherish the tea, which of course is the non plus ultra. Do you actually say that in English? It's a German idiom. So kind of the god status has tea here, of course, because we're the TypeScript Tea Time. But we respect and we also cherish a cup of coffee, for example. 1 per day, because my heart starts racing if I drink too much coffee. But I do enjoy definitely the aroma. So what's your favorite hot beverage? Maybe it's cacao. Oh, hot chocolate. Got some hot chocolate. All right, let's try to find out. We did that one. We did that one. We found out how to work with this, and now we can take the level up, right? So one thing that I probably want is we set the alpha value here, and we say, so it starts at 1 and it ends at 0.1 maybe. So this will make our arrows, when they go up, they become less and less, but that won't work now that I see that. Well, suppose it's fine if we don't do that. What actually happens if we just, are we still online? Yeah, perfect. We can also just move them to the very, very top, right? We give it a lifespan of 500. Choo! That looks weird, doesn't it? we have a couple of people and then one gets a level up, I think that looks weird. So, okay, back to 1000 or 1500 maybe. Should be fine. Now, let's also get rid of this fun stuff and rid of this fun stuff and rid of this fun stuff. Then yeah, so from that direction it looks fairly okay-ish right now. So I think we leave it at that. Acknowledgement also publishing. One thing that I want, I tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what we want, what you really want. I wanna really, 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 really. I think about the following. Taking this arrow and changing its color. Do you have any favorite color that we should choose? Currently it's violetish. Which doesn't work on this background, but it works on this background, for example. Though, maybe just a blue. What does that look like? Give me. Is there a nice way to change the palette correspondingly? That would be ideal. Can just say, okay, switch this to a bluish blue. Like so. And so we take our wand tool. That's this one, right? Why do you... Ah, yeah, now we got it. So, oh, that's the inverse one. Inverted. Why? I mean, we can also just draw it probably. That shouldn't be too hard. So from there to there. How did I do that? Like so. From there to there. Blue or green arrow, but probably the green would blend too much with the background. We can also do a yellow arrow. So arrow up, level up. So these are greenish. This yellow is fairly typical, isn't it? And it's fiery. How much does it blend with our backgrounds, however? We do have a lot of sand, I think. So maybe that's not ideal. That wouldn't be ideal. So let's go with our blue here for the time being. And then we see how that works out. Take the magic wand. Why are you doing this? Because we have the tolerance so high. Now I get it. Yeah, now I got it. So this color here, we also make a bluish. IDX4. That won't help much. So which of the channels do we actually see here? So that's the alpha channel. And this one is the Which one is it? I don't know. I don't do enough art, most likely. So we want to have more blue. So let's pump up the blue. But that switches the position. So what I want is to have this position here persisted, but instead only change the hue. Is it right? Maybe this one, and then another one which is then just fairly straight blue. Maybe we even move it inside some more. But it's fairly dark. Maybe some brightness. Can I remove that? Yes, I can. I absolutely can. So, magic wand, fill. Definitely not an artist. For a reason. Wait, you are this dude, right? So I should do this, and then that, and then that. And then we... Does it have an alpha channel applied? No, it doesn't. Okay. Let's maybe take this color. It looks slightly nicer. Slightly nice, slightly nice. And then it looks like this. But the blue doesn't match. The blue color doesn't match it. The background blue doesn't match whatsoever. Oh, that's very dark. Designing color palettes is always very hard for me. I know there are tools out there that do that, but in this case, I don't know whether that's useful for us. Let's just save this one and then see where that works. That works. And I don't detest it. Or we make something bright green. Green color palette. This one might actually work. How many green backgrounds do we actually have? This one is yellow, yellow. This one is green, but it's a not very saturated green. So I think this might actually work. Let's take this one. So we take Fuego, BFD 834, BFD 834, I think. Was it? Fuego! 72cc50. 72cc50. Bams, and the last one being, oh, I cannot read. My eyes are too bad. Dark green. Is there a T in here? If we have T in here, we have to pick it. Free speech agree. Well, that works as well. Free speech 019875. 019875, right? Bams. And then we do let's see, B. Oops, that was the mistake. I can use a 1-2. Like so. We make the interior in this fairly bright green, and we make the outside in this darkish green. Does that work as a color? Let's see. Reload and spam some arrows. It actually works because it's fast enough that you don't see that it's terrible. Right. I take it. Let's leave it. Take it or leave it. So that works. We still want to have a degree of delay in here, say, I don't know, 3000, to actually destroy the complete particle emitter. And then we say part arrows.destroy. Remove all the dead code. So that's our cleanup method being handled. This still looks like okay, whatever. We might actually pull this out into another class, which we call levelup.ts. And then, how did we do that in here? Okay, it's a plain class, I see. So public class level up, and then we have a constructor which does receive a, what does it receive? The bottom center. So it receives X and Y. And other than that, nothing, right? The scene and an X and Y. So scene, which is a phaser scene, and it also receives export. Like that. I wrote some some Java yesterday, so that's why I'm now in public class mode instead of export. So we need the scene, and we also, my bad, want to have, basically we could also just put it into a function. What works better? I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It doesn't really matter. Animate level up. So a constant which receives something and does all of this fun stuff. And most importantly, we do not have this .scene. We only have the scene. So scene is a phaser scene. And then we have an x coordinate, which is a number, and a y coordinate, which is also a number. And that's about it, huh? Then we can just say, okay, please animate. We have that like in one place instead of everywhere. Why are you not find it? Because I didn't export it. Level up. Export constant. Man. There we go. Oh yeah. So this dot scene as parameter x and y. And that should do it. Choo. Yep. I take it. So that works. And it should now get called when we receive this leveled up event. Exactly. Let's make sure that the the backend actually uses the same name. So /server, and we say code dot. And then inside the events, we have leveled up indeed, which is exactly matching this event name. So that's perfect. And I guess that's about it, huh? For the time being. And then we get this nice little animation. Now what we can do next is go to Open Game Art and try to find a level up sound. Under, probably I want to go to music or sound effects. And if I don't find one in 2 minutes, then I'm fine with not doing it today. These are okay-ish. Nope. Okay, so I think we stop at this point. We did most of what we wanted to do. I'm kind of my concentration is getting low now. So I suppose that's a good point to stop as well. What we did today is have this nice little level up animation whenever somebody levels up, which is cool. So let's add that, and let's add this. Oops. Changes, colors changed. Why do you insert a space in there? Okay, that works. And then we say episode 37, I think it is, right? 38 actually, oh, Jesus Christ. So 38, we add level up animation. Even though it's not voiced, that's fine for now. So pushing the button, push the button. My finger is on a button. And with that, I thank you, each and every one of you, for joining me here today. It was a lot of fun. We, again, check out the app, the awesome app, Daily Motivational Quotes from the community. So, and since you're the community, we also kind of depend on you, but also we, of course, give you. So that's a lot of fun. Please check that out. Other than that, we played a couple of rounds. We had a couple of people in here. Thanks for the follows, and I hope to see you next time, probably on next Tuesday, and then again on Wednesday. So have a great day and see you around. Bye bye.